What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video, and today we got how everything went wrong for Nick Briz. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, Mo. When the basketball times happen, y'all, like during that time with like the little basketballs and all that, bruh, they used to be doing they shits, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yes, I was one of y'all, bruh. Like I was one of y'all just sitting there watching and like, damn, Mo, like. For real though, bro. Like that shit was, yeah. We're gonna get into this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, tune into the Twitch. I go to Twitch every night, 1 a.m. probably like to 2 a.m. I just started between 1 to 2 a.m. That's just due to me getting off work. I'm gonna try and like find another job so I can get a better work schedule with me balancing my work and my actual career that I want to do, which is, this, like, I just like genuinely enjoy doing this, like just talking, sitting here, watching videos and making my content. Like this is just what I do. It's just me. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Let's get into this, and you already know. We already know. We waiting for this skip button so we can skip this goddamn.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is base 44.
How many of them?
So about 3 years ago, the basketball scene on YouTube was probably the best it's ever been. You had various popular YouTubers playing in 1v1s, there was all types of reactions being made, and then there was also the most popular type of basketball content at the time, park takeovers. And this was a lane mainly dominated.
That was literally like back then when it's like, that's like 2K Park in real life. Like, niggas used to just be, boom! Like that shit was just so like you just had to be there.
Popular creators at the time known as Devontae Friga and the one and only Nick Briz. And while both of them completely dominated the space, it was also for two completely different reasons, which has unfortunately led to the making of this video, because while Friga has since gone on to become one of the most loved and popular creators within the basketball space, Nick Briz on the other hand managed to do the complete opposite. But what exactly did he do? Why was it so bad? And how did he go from being one of the most popular basketball creators on the internet to one of the most hated?
Yeah, bro got a cool little lineup of shoes. He got the Gatorades, I think those, I don't remember them fives. He got the foams. I think them some more fives. He got the ones, the Yeezys. Okay.
Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the tribe with the biggest triber. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into how Nick Briz ruined his YouTube career. Okay, so to start, for those of you unfamiliar with Nick Briz, he started his career off a few years ago on Instagram.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. He wasn't even the type of person, like, bro wasn't even the type of person that was like, no, he gonna jump from the free throw line to the goddamn backboard and smooth that motherfucker. He was not like, he was like that build, bro, that everybody hate. The build that he might not be able to shoot. He might not be able to lay it up maybe. But god damn it, he gonna shoot, he gonna dunk that motherfucker every time. Give him that ball, he gonna run and jump, man. The definition, live real live. The definition of jump, man. White man can't jump, for real.
And going viral on the platform due to his insane vertical and his crazy dunking ability. His dunks weren't super flashy or something that would win an NBA dunk contest, but his vertical was so insane that it looked like he was literally floating through the air at times. And these videos would end up spreading all across the internet, specifically Instagram. And with these videos going viral on the internet, it led to him getting some opportunities within the basketball space, such as partnering up with a well-known basketball company known as Ballers Life, which is a popular.
They used to be over that motherfucker. I'm talking about jail ball. Come here, get over here, for real. Give me that shit, for real.
Media company that covers all aspects of basketball, from social media to high
school.
Bro
used to be like that too. One-handed bandit.
To college to even the professional level. So of course being partnered with a platform like this would help Nick kickstart his basketball career on social media. This is when he would switch over to YouTube back on January 14th, 2020, and of course he didn't initially start his career with park takeovers, but his videos at the time had a very similar concept early on. At first, much like his Instagram content, his YouTube videos was really focused around his ability to dunk and jump high, which even led to him posting some tutorials on how to jump higher and further. And while these tutorial videos did pretty well for him to start, Nick would quickly realize that to be successful on YouTube and in social media in general, he would have to become some sort of menace, because there's nothing that the internet loves more than drama. So this is when his YouTube content would switch from being purely about basketball to being more about the negative side of the sport. See, he ended up creating a team known as the Savage Squad, which quickly became known for their physical playstyle and their very aggressive trash talking. And due to their toxicity on the court, it seemed like every video consisted of them getting into some sort of,
and that's the man I did. That's
fight or physical
right there. I don't care what anybody say. He was ready to get down. Bro, be trash talking, do all that. You think he about to hit you? No, he gon' your ass, nigga. He that one friend, brother, that you just gotta keep around, brother, just in case some shit happen, man.
Altercation, which led to most of these videos going insanely viral. These videos will end up blowing up all over.
None of them, I ain't gonna lie, like, these people, they was like, it was like a park team. Like, you go into LA Fitness and you just randomly find some of your good homies, like some people that know how to play ball, not like some ass, but like, you know what I'm saying, some decent ball, like, you know how to, you know what I'm saying, some decent ball. And they just, you know what I'm saying, they started playing and they ain't stopped, right?
And before you
this
know
is the time of toxic basketball. This is the time of jail ball.
Nick would hit his first ever 100,000 subscribers, and once he got to that point, there was no looking back. Fans were intrigued to see what was next for the Savage Squad, what city was they going to, what park were they taking over, and more importantly, what altercation was going to break out next. They went to just about every major city you could think of, really focused on the rougher or hood type areas. They even went to popular hoods like O-Block.
Hey. Yeah, that's definitely the plan. We coming out in the woods, boy. We out here about a block from Old Block. God, I can't lie, I'm a little scared.
And with each hood they visited, it seemed like the situations they got involved in became more and more tense, even sometimes resulting in shots ringing off. At the time, there was no basketball park interviews that were more entertaining than what we were seeing from Nick Briz and the Savage Squad, and I'm sure many people that was around at that time would agree with me, because every single video Nick Briz posted to his YouTube channel was doing nearly 1 million views, if not more. And he was doing these numbers relatively easily, which triggered reactions from some of the top YouTubers in the community, such as Cash Nasty and Flight Reacts. At this point, not only Nick but the entire Savage Squad probably felt like they were at the top of the world. I mean, as I just said, literally every video they posted was doing nearly 1 million views, if not more, and Nick Briz at the time was also gaining thousands of subscribers per day, which led for him going to just 100,000 subscribers to well over 600,000 subscribers in just a matter of a few weeks. But unfortunately for Nick, this high would only last for so long, because as fast as he got to the top of the industry, he would end up falling just as quickly. Everything took place on September 20th, 2021, shortly after Nick Briz would announce via Instagram that the team was pulling up to New York to play in the infamous Rucker Park, urging fans to pull up and bring out some of the best hoopers in the city, as he's always looking to recruit new people to the team.
We recruiting at all times, bro. We're recruiting at all times, bro. Bring the city out, y'all bring the hoopers out, and let's fucking get after it, bro.
And moments after this, Chris White, a popular member of the Savage Squad, took to Instagram to inform social media of his departure away from the team, stating that they were fakes instead of savages, and also including a bunch of police emojis within this post as well. This sent the internet into a frenzy, because Chris was one of the fan favorites of the team, mostly because whenever
he was the backbone of that motherfucker. You see that step back?
Altercation started, he was always the one in the center of it. Whether he was pressing someone or tussling with another, 9 times out of 10, any fight you've seen in a Nick Briz video has something to do with Chris White. So obviously this caught fans off guard with him leaving, especially on the same day that they had planned to be in his home city of New York. And while many people were surprised, Chris would waste no time eventually telling the world what sparked all of this. And while in the process, he will also expose Nick for not only faking his content, but for also not paying his players, who are all key parts of the videos that he makes.
Recording the conversation, me and Carlos. But homie just had Carlos go on live and be like, tell the people how much, you know, how great you're doing, because
like this right here was a great era, but it just fell apart, man. Like all good things must come to an end, brother.
Because I give you $1,200 a month and these people are kind enough to let you stay in their house. Homie wanna jump on live and have people talking about I'm having a mental breakdown. Yo, Carlos, bro, am I right? Isn't he giving you $1,200 a month? Yeah. Does he not own 50% of your fucking videos? Okay, did he not?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. If you listen to it and yeah, brother, like back then, you understand what like people understood the context and all that. But nigga, you take it out of context, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's like, come on, bro. Like if you can see the nigga don't give a fuck what you talking about, bro. Yeah.
Did he or did he not, Carlos?
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro. Come on.
If you are someone that literally writes anything for any reason, even text messages, then you are
Free Carlos.
He gave you that, Carlos, last month. Last month, he only gave me like $600.
He gave him $500, then $600 last month, which is $1,100, my guy.
So of course, all of this would go viral and even led to Nick Briz sparking his own Instagram live. And unfortunately, in that live stream, he didn't really address much of what Chris White said. He really just tried to deflect and draw the attention back to him and the Savage Squad being in Rucker Park in the upcoming days. But while Nick tried his best to just completely avoid this entire thing, Chris White wouldn't let up at all, because he would continue going on and on exposing Nick Briz on social media more and more each day, even telling the world that all of the fights that occurred in Nick's videos were actually paid actors. And the even crazier part was that nobody on the team knew about this other than Nick Briz.
That video where it was me, you, Carlos, and Iman and Akeem played with us, bro. Like, I put 2 guys out there that were just talking shit the whole time, bro. You almost fought one of them, remember?
I want to punch him in his face. I was really...
Yeah, bro, those were fake paid characters, bro. Like, no one knew it. I didn't tell nobody. I gotta get back to my being quiet about shit, bro. Like I was doing. Like, only you know and only I know, bro.
Yes, you heard that audio recording right. Nick Briz was literally paying people to fight his own teammates without giving any types of warnings or anything of that nature, all for the sake of viral YouTube.
Now, that's kind of wild, because like at that point, if I knock somebody out, nigga, I'm gonna be one to kill him.
Content, which is the reason why Chris White got upset. He knew that they were planning to go back to his hometown of New York City, and he didn't want Nick Briz to pull any of his funny stunts in New York, as it's a rougher area, and he didn't want any of these quote-unquote stunts to go a little bit too far.
Rucker Park. This is where everything went left. When you're from New York, you know the environments. You know what's going on. You know who's who, what's what. You know the parks, especially when you play ball in the parks, you know what parks are what, how they move, what the, you know, the general standard of, you know, going to play basketball is like there. You know that shit, all right? Nick's idea is to go to Rucker Park, and his statement is, I just want to play, we're just gonna go play regular basketball. I'm not, dude, I know how to, you know, handle situations. I'm not gonna go there and start a problem, man. And I told him, I said, bro, I don't think you understand. You can't just go to Rucker Park and think you're gonna film and people are not gonna show out and they're not gonna put premier ballers on us and you're not gonna get a crazy run.
So this will all continue to get worse and worse for Nick, as Chris will continue to expose him for taking advantage of his teammates as well. The teammate that Chris was really referring to the most in these videos was Carlos, a fan favorite of the Savage Squad team whom Chris claimed was autistic, and he would allege that Nick was taking advantage of Carlos's disability by not paying him what he was worth at all, stating that Nick was only giving Carlos at most $1,200 per month while he was raking in over $40,000 per month. And he would even take this all a step further, claiming that Nick Briz even forced Carlos to sign a contract where he would control not only Carlos's Instagram account, but he would also take 50% of all the money that Carlos made from his YouTube channel as well.
Oh man, free Carlos. Let me explain you something. Carlos, first of all, Nick owns and controls Carlos's Instagram.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's true, that's wild. Cause if that's your homie, bro, why would you even give him a contract? If I'm your homie, bro, and you my homie, bro, and you put a contract in my face, nigga, I'ma smack you. I'ma smack you. I'ma smack you.
When Carlos went to go play with Duke Skywalker, Nick booted Carlos out of it, changed the password, and then forced him to sign a contract where he's making $1,200 a month, okay, and getting no money off of merch or anything, and he can use Carlos's likeness, name, in every sense. That's what he did. He locked him in.
So he owns Carlos.
Owns Carlos. And he owns his channel. He made it very clear that if Carlos ever leaves Savage Squad and goes to play with somebody else, he is going to own his Instagram, keep his Instagram, and keep his YouTube channel.
So of course, this was all bizarre information that was coming out about one of YouTube's top basketball creators, which had the entire community stirred up because, as I said, they were one of the most viral groups on the internet at the time. And all of this exposure triggered reactions from creators as big as Flight, Cash, and even Duke Dennis, which will ultimately only lead to even more drama. You see, Cash Nasty, a very respected YouTuber who's been in the community forever, was actually featured within one of Nick's videos. And within that video, there was an altercation with the guy trying to press Cash, and it was later revealed that Nick actually paid this guy to start the whole confrontation. And when Cash found this out, it basically put a big dent in their friendship because Cash was someone who always showed Nick nothing but love. So of course he felt a little betrayed knowing that Nick would do something to possibly put his career or life in jeopardy, which Nick would later apologize for.
No, for real, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people are not just no regular people, brother. They got stuff weight on their shoulders. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got things to live for, bro. Like, and you out here paying people to try and fight them. Now, if they hit them and knock their ass out and put their ass in a coma, then you looking at them like, oh, well, I didn't think he was gonna hit you.
Of all people, you know, this would come from him.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix. Now this whole flow.
Shut up.
You know,
and then you did it to OG, Big Aunt.
Fast forward to now, bro. That shit really hurt me, bro. That shit really hurt me, Nick. Bro, I waited 3 days. I waited 3 days for him to just come out with a serious apology, you know, just hit me up. You know, I ain't gonna say that he didn't hit me up and didn't say my bad, something like that, bro, but the apologies were beat around the bush. It wasn't him taking accountability, you know? Like, I could respect the fact if you say, yo, you know what, Cash, bro? I done this right here. You know, my bad, bro. I got caught in a moment, you know, I got caught in the YouTube algorithm getting clicks or whatever it is, you know, and I wouldn't, I would have forgave them, you know, because I would have had more respect for that.
And then came the Duke Dennis situation, which was a lot more serious. And this beef didn't end so peacefully for Nick Briz, because you see, him and Duke had a bit of a long-running beef on social media that really stemmed from Nick continuously calling out Duke Dennis and AMP to play him in the Savage Squad in the 5v5, which Duke would constantly deny due to AMP not having really any serious basketball players. And that led to Nick like trying to continuously troll Duke on social media, saying that he was scared Floyd and this and that, basically trying to force him to play, and eventually that beef between the two of them would die down a little bit up until the point of July 25th, 2022, when AMP would drop their annual Double XL freshman cypher, and during that cypher, Kai and Phantom would take it amongst themselves to diss Nick Briz in some of their lyrics.
You a bitch, let's be real, you was never a shit. 45 fake ass that nigga, you can suck my dick.
So obviously they trolled Nick about faking his content, and at that point it was about a year since Chris White had exposed him for everything he was doing. So around the time the cypher dropped, Nick was basically just clinging on to the last little bit of career he had left. But you see, after AMP dropped that diss, it kind of made him a little relevant again. So he decided to try to completely capitalize off this moment the best way he could, which is by being a quote unquote menace. This led to him once again trying to start up this beef with Duke, taking some jabs at him on social media, and then he would do the unthinkable and pull up to Duke Dennis's hood known as D Block, which is a neighborhood in South Carolina that Duke and his friends and family grew up in, that was nicknamed D Block to honor his late cousin D. So in the video, when Nick pulled up to D Block, he didn't really do anything bad. He was giving away basketballs to the kids, he was cooking on the grill, and he even had them do like challenges and things for money. But the problem was, he didn't really do this out of the kindness of his heart. He was only here to make Duke look bad. And after he was here filming for a very brief period of time, eventually word was spread that he was on D Block doing this whole fiasco, and that led to some of the D Block steppers pulling up like D Block Davo, and he completely ran Nick out of his shoes, which Nick Briz would later claim only happened because he feared for his life.
Y'all good?
Yeah, you gotta do it.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, but you keep posting all that crazy ass shit on Instagram and shit.
Posting what crazy stuff, bro? They've been coming at me forever, bro.
Hey, bro, No. You wanna let you know, bro? Die about this shit, bro. Hey, to the camera. On Instagram. Hey, look, to the camera. To the camera. Tell you about this shit, bro. Tell you respect, dude. Tell you respect, dude. Really die about this shit. Just really die. I'm telling you. Niggas coming out here, bro. Stop playing.
These dudes walking up on me looking mad and shit, got fucking glaring straight through my eyes, and I'm just like, oh shit, I might die. But thankfully I didn't, you know what I mean? And
so after this, things really started to die.
Yeah, you did, cause you ran, bruh. You ran, bruh.
Down for Nick and his career.
Like, it wasn't even no point of you even going up there. You knew what was your intentions of even going up there? South Carolina, brother. South Carolina, brother. I got people that live in Greenleeville, nigga, and they don't play about that shit. But I don't know why the fuck you go down to South Carolina and think you're gonna do that shit.
He burned almost all of the bridges that he had. At this point, everyone knew he was a fraud, so the whole little fighting in the basketball videos thing wasn't really working out as much. So really the entire reason why people really enjoyed his content went completely out the window, and that's what led to him going from averaging over 1 million views per video to now struggling to hit 100,000 views within the past year. He recently returned to uploading on his YouTube channel just 4 weeks ago, and it seems like he's completely given up on the whole basketball content thing. And now it seems like he's turned to gambling and doing content for gambling sponsors and things of that nature, with his last 2 videos being college football bet guides. So it's safe to say that faking his content and not truly being himself was what really ruined Nick's career. And honestly, that was truly all just the surface level of all the things he got exposed for, because there was a lot of things that I didn't even mention. Like I said, he was being disrespectful to all of these YouTubers. He was taking advantage of his friends and teammates. I even remember Kai digging up an old tweet of him saying the N-word from like 2013. There was literally so much that he got exposed for within the span of like a year. It was insane. And while he's now doing content based around sports betting, I bet that he wishes he could go back in time and do this whole thing over again. But
I bet he wish he would too.
That's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, the only opinion that matters to me is y'all's. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below.
Alright, that's the end of this. That's the end of that video. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this video. Me personally, like, the only reason why I wanted to watch this video, because I'm like, Mo, that's crazy. Like, times, like, it's like it's either you up here or you out of there. Like, you don't, like, doing that, like being a menace and all that shit, it's gonna get boring at a certain time. Like, people won't want to stop watching it. People not gonna want to deal with it. It's just a lot of things that people just not gonna want. Just genuinely not gonna want. Yeah, so me personally, I say if you out there want to be a menace to society, don't be it. Just don't be it. Showing your genuine self, be yourself, and you'll build that community. You'll build that community. The people's gonna come when they come. Like Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was you. So you know what I'm saying. Like we all took 9 months in our mother bellies to be created. So I don't understand why people think stuff can be built in a day. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Tune into my Twitch every night. Every night I go live. Start live between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. I'm probably gonna be on there for like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours max. I be tired, y'all. I be tired. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer. Y'all know y'all gotta see this y'all gotta see the whole little swing, thing. Nah, for real.